At the time of filming, it's coming up to Halloween, so I thought I'd share with you a little playlist that I made of my top 20 Halloween-themed songs. I've got Jack Skellington behind me, he features on this playlist. And there's many favourites that you'd expect to be on there, leaning on the guitar-based ones as well, so hopefully these will be fun to play. And I will demo how to play all of these 20 songs. There's a couple that I've selected that are just a couple of my favourites, a couple of deeper cuts that you might not expect to be on there. But if nothing else, I've left the Spotify playlist link at the top of the description, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's have a bit of fun. So I'm starting off with the most streamed song from the new Muse album. This is You Make Me Feel Like It's Halloween. It's actually played on organ, but let me play the riff on guitar and then I'll tell you why I've chosen this one. So I've actually chosen this one, not for the cool Halloween kind of organ part. I've actually chosen it because of this section. Played on the organ, but this is a super Halloween sounding chord, especially when played on something like an organ. But this is a C7 diminished chord starting at the 20th fret and then going 2 frets down or 2 frets lower every string. So 20, 18, 16, 14, and then for the thinnest 2 strings it's 13 and 11 because of how a guitar's tuned really, so it's tuned a little different. Finishing on a C sharp chord. Have a listen to that one, it's a really cool song. But the next one is far more guitar friendly and one you might expect on a playlist such as this, Don't Fear the Reaper. So this is based on A minor, G, and then an F chord, kind of an F power chord really with the riff. Because we've got a lot of open strings in this riff, that's why I really like it. The biggest tip I can give you with the picking for this, because a lot of people have probably tried to learn this in the past and it's a bit messy, just try and keep the picking as small as possible. Anytime I make a mistake in this, I just remind myself to use a smaller motion and go down, 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 up. And when I use that motion, I tend to be more accurate and make less mistakes in that one. So that's my top tip there. Next song now, this one's far more beginner friendly. This is Highway to Hell. So there's lots of different ways to play this one. I really recommend that we go for of course, the 1-fingered A power chord at the open position. Going D over F sharp, played like this, to a G, and therefore we can keep that 3rd finger where it is as well. But it's a G5 chord, so not a full G chord, just the middle finger and 3rd finger down for this G chord. Don't play the thinnest string on either of those chords. Another way to play that same chord would be this. And I've even seen it played kind of more like this. Any one of those options is absolutely fine. You pick your favourite. And let's get on with the next song choice, which is fantastic for your technique and also a great song. That is far harder to play than I would like for kind of encouraging you guys to have a go at it, but I really do, because it's just the major scale and just running up 4 notes of the major scale. Starting off running up to a B flat from an F, running up the B major scale, and then running up the C major scale but starting on G. I've taught this before, but really quickly, fret numbers wise, so tab numbers wise, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 5, 2, 3. Kind of assign a finger to a fret, you should be able to play that one. Super fun. Next up is another classic song, whether it's Halloween or not. This is Zombie by the Cranberries. great song. I've taught it loads of times, as I have, you know, the few songs that I've covered so far. So I wanted to give you one that is a bit of a deeper cut, something that's a bit more to my taste. I'm actually going to see this band in November, again for the second time this year. This is by a band called Creeper, and the song I've chosen is Annabelle, because it's super guitar-y, and I think it's a great entry into this band if you're not familiar with them already. So pretty simple to play, you know, we've got the chords C major, E major, A minor, to F for the vast majority of the song, and a pretty easy solo if you play it how they play it on the recording. And it also has the line in it, you gotta live a little when the world just wants you sad, which always gets me every time, that lyric. Absolutely awesome band. There were loads of songs that I could have chosen, and these guys like embody Halloween when you go see them live or check out any photos of them. They're fantastic, check them out. I'm going to use my Ditto looper pedal for the next one. This one's a bit more of a classic riff and a classic Halloween song. Check it out. This is Psycho Killer by Talking Heads. It's one of the best bass lines ever, but we can actually play it simply on guitar. A bass guitar is just the thickest 4 strings of any guitar, tuned down by like a whole octave, so using thicker strings. But we can play the same stuff, and if you practice this on guitar, so 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 0, 3. You can play that on guitar. You can probably play it on bass. It'll feel like you're, you know, playing your dad's guitar when you're a kid or something, but it is all the same stuff. And that riff, it is 2 guitars playing something a bit different. The closest I can get it sounding to the record on 1 guitar is the 5th fret on the thinnest 2 strings, played with the 1st finger. And then a little 7th chord here. That's at the 8th fret, 7th fret, and 8th fret in a down, up, down, up, down, up. Just kind of twist the wrist to be able to do that. Just a twist of the wrist, like a maybe kind of. Let's go for another bona fide classic Halloween song. Here it is, let's do Ghostbusters. So I've been neglecting Jack Skellington for too long, and this is What's This from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Is this a Halloween song? Is this a Christmas song? I don't actually know. But either way, I'm a huge fan of Danny Elfman. I've made videos on him before. I made the Batman video and also a video on my website about like how I studied film composition at university for my dissertation. That's what I did. I'm a huge fan. He's my favourite film composer. I love the imagery that he brings to life with his scores, and it's so emotive, and it's dark and quirky, and that's my kind of thing. So that's What's This? I think, who was the cover by? Fall Out Boy, that's it. There's a cover of this by Fall Out Boy, which is amazing and shows how we can take all those kind of orchestral bits and actually put them onto guitar, which I always found really fun. It was actually brilliant for my ear training, working out like little riffs like the Batman thing. Working out that on guitar and piano really brought me on more than just learning guitar songs alone. So don't be afraid to kind of go wider with the songs that you're learning. A lot of people just want to learn guitar songs when they're learning guitar. Another one I wanted to put on here by Danny Elfman is the main Beetlejuice theme. I just find this so fun. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So now my ear's totally working. I have no idea what key it goes, and we're just going to work it out. Wow. So that's an example of what I mean by working stuff out by ear. Danny Elfman stuff and film music in particular changes key like almost every round of it, every repetition of it. Something like the Batman theme or the Simpsons theme that Danny Elfman also made. It changes key so often that you kind of have to just kick your ear into gear if you want to actually work it out. So yeah, super fun. Also check out Oingo Boingo. It's fantastic for a playlist such as this. Danny Elfman's band from the 80s. Yes, super fun song. Thought I'd add it to the playlist. Hope you enjoy it. Here's another classic. This is the Monster Mash. I've taught this one before. Easy chords: G major, E minor, C, and D major. Here was the mash. Here was the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. Those are also the same four chords as I remember when rock was young. Me and Susie had so much fun. Lots of great songs use that chord progression. It's the 50s chord progression. Another one you should learn if you haven't already, Werewolves of London. Always makes me want to go into Sweet Home Alabama, but I have taught that one before. So next up, this one is Scary Monsters by David Bowie. Bit of a deeper cut, but some great guitar moments on it. Really cool song, check it out if you don't know it already. Next up, Somebody's Watching Me. Obviously starts with that synth intro, which we can play on guitar, kind of. And then we have... And I'm going to play the melody now on guitar, and if you want to get better at guitar solos and working out songs by ear, try and play the melody of any song that you know well. So just... Probably the best way to get better at anything is you can actually put words on the notes you're playing and check the phrasing and things like that. Really cool. Next up. I don't know how easy this one is to play, but it's pretty easy to dance to. I mean, it's just a jump to the left. Put your hands on your hips. That's the Time Warp, obviously. Based around kind of a blues riff in A. B chord, G, D, and A. And then, I mean, he's following basic power chords after that. Classic rock stuff, really. Fantastic song. As is this one, Frankenstein. Drop D tuning. And another heavier one, Running with the Devil. And we're going to finish up with probably the ultimate Halloween song. This is Thriller, key of C sharp, and we can play with basic power chords and then a little riff. I've done tutorials for many of these songs already on my YouTube channel. I'll leave a couple of those here. Let me know your favourites in the comments below, and have a great Halloween.